You know, it's not very often that I legitimately think of myself as stupid or idiotic. Though, in this case, I'm not really sure it was my fault. I mean, it was something I forgot. I noticed, by chance, that every single one of my ARP ship's live comms has been uploaded in 720p 60 frames per second, 60 FPS. That's wrong. Like, that shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't have happened because, well, as far as I was aware, I was uploading them in 30 frames per second. Let's just sort of get on to something here. I used to upload in 1080p. I don't do that anymore. It takes so long to process videos that are as long as 40 minutes sometimes. It takes too long to process those videos into 1080p, and those videos they take up a lot of space. That's not the one I wanted. Take for example this old 4sig one, which I kept. 47 minutes long, almost 2 gigabytes. A Tiger, 11 minutes long, 1.1 gigabytes. This Ace IS3, 2.74 gigabytes. The videos, they were quite long. Many of them been quite long. And since I do long videos, I'm uploading in 720p. I can barely watch things in 720p in 1080p anymore, so because everyone's uploading into 60 FPS. Anyway, I digress, sort of. I was absolutely sure I was uploading all these in ordinary 30 FPS. However, in replying to a comment on this one, I noticed that the video was janky. You see? Ooh, hang on, let's go back to the start again. Oh no, it's frozen a bit. Hang on. So you see, it's kind of janky. It's not supposed to be. I mean, yeah. That was the part that really alerted me, because the rest of it, it doesn't really matter, because it's janky, World of Warships. It always is for me. But that sting, this bit, it should not be janky. And that's... So I thought, well, you know, I'm gonna... Let me go back to it to show... I thought it was maybe in 480, because it tends to do that. 720p 60. It shouldn't be like that. So, being curious, I decided to go through all the rest of my videos that I've uploaded, that I've so far processed, into 720. This Dead Space one, which is unreleased at the moment. 720p, let's go into the properties, details, 60 frames per second. CSGO Sounds Redux, 60 frames per second. I notice a bit of a pattern here. I've got some videos that are going back as far as September, and things they're uploaded in 720p, 60 FPS, and they're not supposed to be. And at first I thought something had happened with the encoding, like YouTube themselves were forcing 60 FPS on my videos, but and you know, it's really strange. Let's go to happenings. $720, 60 FPS. I was absolutely sure not one of these was in 60 FPS. Not even sure about this one. Yep, 720p 60. It explains something, though. I'll get to that in a little bit. No, not the analytics. But yeah, it does kind of explain something. So, it all really comes down to Windows Movie Maker. And this, I was using this one. Okay. This is the one I was using. This one I made on the 14th. There's no way it could have existed in September because I did not make it then. Hell, I don't remember when I made it, but I know it wasn't in September. Pretty recent. I made this today. This, I fortunately still had this lying around, the most recent video that has yet to be published. Game in the Gramiashki. And we'll see, we've got this and this. Fun and engaging. See if you can guess what it's about. This is this video here. 9 minutes 43, 9 minutes 43. And we've got this one, which I made a few days ago, and this one, which I made yesterday. This was last night, as a test. This one took maybe an hour to process, 232 megabytes. This one, 218 megabytes. So, look at the difference. Look at the difference. This one was unwittingly made in 60 FPS. This one was purposefully made in 30 FPS, or here 29. It says 29. It was more like 29.97. I remember I saw this, that I still had this, that I hadn't got rid of it yet, and so I decided, you know what, let's test something. So I quickly made this 720p 30 FPS thing, and remade the video with this, reprocessed it. And I in that time went to the toilet. On the way back up to my room, I looked at the clock on the oven. It said 4:43, and since that oven is an hour fast, that translates to 3:43. I came back up, and more or less to say that same time, it was already 50% complete. The video was 100% processed before 3:51. I feel like an idiot for not knowing that. Like this video, it processed in about 15 minutes at the most, and it took an hour when I thought it was when it was in 30 FPS. So it's so frustrating. It's really frustrating. I don't even know what happened, because I rarely make videos in 720p. But since I've made the switch recently, I've got a lot of recent videos that were unwittingly made into 60 FPS. And I don't remember doing that. It never mattered. It didn't matter, because this old 720p one, the one I was using, I made that back in 2014, soon after I got a new hard drive after killing the last one. But I rarely used it, and YouTube didn't have the 60 FPS video option back then. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, really. Just that I feel stupid for not noticing, and I've got a little backlog of videos that are still in 60 FPS. So, I don't know. I guess that's why my videos always looked so much better on my dad's TV, because they were in 60 FPS, and even though they weren't supposed to be.